What up, where's your man Dream with Dream Motivates? Welcome to another episode of the Entrepreneur Blueprint with my girl, Luscious Barbie. Stay tuned. Let's go. All right, we are back at the Entrepreneur Blueprint right here at Dream Media Podcast Studios, where we are about to interview an amazing, one of my favorite entrepreneurs, my sister, Miss Luscious Barbie, Miss Another Dallas. I can't even say it. I'm gonna let her say it. How do you say it, sis?
It's your girl, Luscious Barbie, another Dallas, Texas check.
Yep. Roll it. Yo, shout out to you in TikTok, man. I need a whole TikTok tutorial.
I actually do those.
You do?
Yeah.
What don't you do? We're gonna get into that. I love it. I love your work ethic. I just found out you're a fellow Libra. Shout out to your birthday coming up. And my daughter's birthday, Jada, she's coming up. My boy Leo birthday coming up. DJ Unscripted. So let's talk about real quick, briefly, Luscious, when you were a baby. When did you find a baby child? When did you find out this personality? Did this thing, were you always this bubbly fireball, or is this something that you kind of grown into? Like,
I don't feel like this energy can be created. I don't think that this can be. I didn't wake up one day and was like, I want to be amazing. No, I just
I want to be great today.
I want to drink the Kool-Aid. Yeah. No, but now I don't remember much from my childhood, so I ain't even gonna lie and say, oh, I remember the day that I was but I was the person that was always in the classroom, standing on top of the desk, entertaining people, getting kicked out of class because I'm making beats, making people rap, braiding hair in ISS, selling candy at the school. So I've always been the person that I'm a people person. But I've also, from my family members telling me that they have videos of me with the microphone and entertaining having a talk show with my teddy bears. I've always been that type of person because me growing up, kids would watch, Rugrats and I'm watching Ricky Lake. I'm watching judge shows. I'm watching things that can interact with people. Or if I did watch cartoons, it was always things like all that. Shows like that always caught my interest. So I would say that this has always been who I am. And finding out people's story has always been something. I'm the friend that has the stories, but I'm more interested in your story. So
I asked this one question on the blueprint, on the Entrepreneur Blueprint, to all entrepreneurs such as yourself. And I want you to think about this. Is entrepreneurship embedded into people's DNA? In your opinion, is it already, or can you eventually kind of teach this later on? I mean, because I want to, you're thinking about, you say you were selling stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When did you start selling your candy or something?
Candy. I mean,
this is early.
Yeah.
Okay.
Early.
So that's me too. So, in your opinion, is it in your blood? Is it in your DNA, or can it be taught? What are you thinking?
I think all of the above, because for one, all I did was my whole life, my mom has never worked a job other than Walmart when she was 19. That's before she had me. And she had a daycare for 25 years. So I grew up and the daycare was in the house. So I'm constantly seeing you not only taking care of all of the kids as a business, but going to the store with you, getting the groceries, doing all of this, learning, watching you do payroll. So those type of things are embedded in just growth in general, but also having a grandmother that's been a part of every democratic situations, rallies, all that.
Yeah.
So I feel like that is something that you literally are a sponge, and it wouldn't make sense for me to see this and not know how to do it.
Right.
But some people choose not to do it because it's like, that's just not me. But I feel like it can be taught, but it also has to be in you to want to do that, because entrepreneurship is not always good. And if I didn't see that growing up, of the bad side of it, of when my mama didn't get to cut herself a check, I probably wouldn't be as interested, because seeing the good, that's cool, but what's the other side?
Having said that, do you feel that entrepreneurship can be for everybody, or just some people just need to stay away?
Some people are meant to be workers.
Got it.
Some people, we have to have them. So I know that it makes sense. And even when I'm talking to people, sometimes my mindset, even when I was 20, my first business was at 20 years old. I was with somebody that I kept trying to, hey, well, I'm going to go buy this stuff wholesale. We're going to go to the gas station. We're going to pop trunk. We're going to sell these bags. We're going to do this. And he like, no, because I don't want to do that.
Right.
And I'm like, but we can make money and
Right.
it'll be fine. It's like for you, because the money can be there, the vision can be there for me, but it was fun for me because I get to, hey, okay, so you don't want to wear no purse. You don't want, like, that's fun.
Right.
Me getting a no is fun because I feel like that's a challenge.
Yeah.
It's not always good because that type of persistence is
You know what's crazy? Shout out to Ebony Jones. Shout out to DJ Unscripted. Eb taught me one time about. Well, she didn't teach me. She tried to teach me. She haven't got to a fully teaching, but she always asked me, okay, based on my, where I'm, my birthday, the time. She even asked me what time was I born,
mm,
and it's almost seemed like every Libra. Now that I'm looking around the room, because DJ Unscripted is a Libra. You're a Libra. My daughter, she's falling in line. I wonder if because it goes back to even on just thinking about, is it in going embedded? Is it embedded into you? Yes, because to me, the reason why I say this, because I had to stop doing something. I stopped, and I probably stopped this in 2018, and I figured it out. I used to think that everybody had the capability
mm,
of being an entrepreneur, and that it's not. I'm coming to find a realization because I'm just so positive. I want it almost for them so bad. I want it like, man, this is a check out the other side of life, man. But I gotta stop forcing that on somebody. They gotta want it for themselves. But
yep,
I'm just like searching. So I'm hearing from you and seeing everything that you're doing
yeah,
and hearing what your mom said. I didn't know that about your mom.
yeah.
Shout out to your mom. Your mom, she has a book, right?
Yeah.
Let's
We'll
talk about that
we'll
because that.
we'll get to that for
Cause,
sure.
cause what did she? What when you talk about the book? Did she have the book?
No.
There. Oh, this is new.
This book she just wrote because I asked her to, because she's not a, so what was going on in my household, I wanted to know more about my dad because my dad was also an entrepreneur. He was a real estate broker. He was a jet engineer
Oh,
in
okay. So
in
this was
the
all
Air
around.
Force. So,
Okay.
but the only thing from me as a child I remembered is like trauma. So I wanted to know, what is the good side. People always say, you remind me of your daddy. You remind me so much of your daddy. You hustle like your daddy. And I'm like, like, I don't know that side. I don't know, because I was 7 years old and he committed suicide in my front yard. So I don't know.
Mm.
And as a child, that's all you literally, that is traumatic. That's all you remember. You don't remember everything else. I wish I could. And probably if I was to really search memories, I would be able to. But when you hear that, that's what I wanted to break, of my family saying, you remind me so much of your dad. And I'm like, well, what about him? And then with his side of the family, I'm like, well, tell me more about him. I just can't talk about it because it's so much. It's we grew up, and I'm like, okay, well, how do I find out? And while my mom, being that she's not an emotional person, she's kind of asked me and I'll tell you. And I'm like, I don't know what to ask. So let me know what your story is before I came into this world. And even after, what led up to him committing suicide, because that's in my blood. That's mental illness is something that is in your DNA. So I need to know, what were these triggers? What was going on? Is this something that still goes on? Which I can see that, but I also needed to know. So she wrote the book, and it was a wow factor for me and my
Wow.
brother.
Wow.
Because when we read it, it's like, oh, oh wow, all this was going on. Oh wow, he cheated on you with your next door neighbor's sister, and then she stalked you, and then he stalked you, and then you became his therapist. You know what I'm saying? Like, so finding all of that out made more sense of understanding who she is and why she's not an emotional person, why she's not in a relationship. Because after reading that, I'm like,
Got
oh,
you.
I wouldn't want to be with nobody either.
Got you. So out of the book, you start seeing stuff that you didn't
I
even know
learned
about,
about my
and you learned
life.
about yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why she wrote that. So it's called When You Think It's Over, www.whenyouthinkitsover.com. You
Get
already
that
know.
shameless plug, mama. You know I
You
love you.
already know. By
Let's
Yolanda
go.
Criswell, the author. All right. But I want to go back to what you were saying about
Yeah.
um dang, and I lost my
You
thought.
talking about me understanding and realizing that everybody's not an
Yes,
entrepreneur.
because like I said, I started business at a young age, but from then I had the same mindset of if you have the tools to be an entrepreneur, that I can teach you
Right.
what I know and you put what you got and what I got together and you should be like golden, because the gems I can give you based on what didn't, because I've failed forward so many times with business.
Right.
Trying to open a men's boutique, I don't, like selling, it's a difference of open a brick and mortar and selling stuff at call centers out of my drawer. It worked when I was in somebody else's house of business selling stuff because all the clientele was there. Now it's different trying to get clientele to come to me and I'm paying the rent. Now it's a different type of thing. You have to be a certain type of person. But I've went through so many business partners and I'm only 31.
God, man.
So business partners
Mm.
meaning family, meaning people that start a business and you come in and you give your ideas and you give this, you give that, thinking that if you give them these tools, now you can be the best business person, but you just might not know business.
That's true.
You can know product, you can have the knowledge. You could have went to school to learn art and be the best painter in the world, but do you know business? Do you know how to handle people? Do you know contracts? Do you know when these numbers are involved? You can't just decide, okay, well, I just don't want to pay you that because now I got so much stuff going on in my life. It's like, well, that's not good business.
Right.
I even deal with clients to this day of not knowing business because it's like just because things are not going your way right now does not mean that that's how business works.
Correct.
And it doesn't mean that you get to just pull the plug because business is not going as you like. That's a part of business. But everybody doesn't understand that. So I understand what you mean of trying to force that. And I think that persistence, that's why I said it's not always. People
Yeah.
might tell you, and
Yeah.
people give you signs
Oh,
from the beginning
I,
that they're
I,
not good at
I want
business.
to I want to hit you with that because, and I thank you for that because what I want to hear from your perspective. So we started something called Dream Motivates University
Mhm,
(DMU), so online school university. But my challenge has been almost like the gym memberships effect,
mhm,
where you get to the gym, January you off the chain, you going hard in the paint, and then March you chill, you ain't you fading out. Um, I think accountability is underrated. I want to talk about that and then seeing if it's necessary. What I mean by that is like you talk about partnerships,
mhm,
right? And God, I mean, I don't know if you found a partner. God bless you if you have.
mhm.
I've seen so many things, but how important is accountability when it comes to entrepreneurship? And when I mean accountability, even when I says, waking up in the morning, listening to something
Mhm.
positive, keeping your thoughts, positive, not going towards negative, because I'm consulting with people that are wanting to quit as soon as they see one cloud in the sky.
Mhm. Mhm.
And if they see rain in the sky, they're ready to give up. And don't let a storm come through.
Right.
They out. You know what I
Right.
mean? How important is accountability when it comes to entrepreneurship, period?
I think accountability is everything. And I think holding yourself accountable for what you're in it for is most important. But I also think that having people around you that can hold you accountable
Yeah.
and you not get mad about it,
Yeah.
right? Because sometimes you can have the right people to give you the direction, but when it comes to holding you accountable, some people will watch you fail.
Shout out to Ebony Jones, man. I got to give it to her. She is the only,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, bruh, like matter of fact, I gotta apologize because she got on me just a while ago. I'm gonna publicly say, my bad. But she got on me. She's like, "Look, bro, you want me to be like whatever, or you want to give it the truth?" So you are absolutely right
Yeah.
when it comes to that. You don't need no yes man
And
around you.
sometimes you have to ask for, hey, can you be my accountability partner? Because, like you said, running it like a gym membership, we really have to think about the gym, right? We really have to think about the gym. Majority of those people that are in the gym, it may be their first time back. They may have had that membership for 3 years, and it takes you in your mind to figure out, do I really want to work out, or am I just working out because for me, and this is an accountability moment for me, I have a gym in my apartment. I could walk around the neighborhood. I got all the equipment in the drawer as far as jump ropes, yoga mats. I got all this stuff. But when I go to the gym, that holds me accountable to work out because I'm seeing people work out. And if I
Yeah.
sit here,
You got
I look like, what are you
what are you
doing?
doing? Right.
Even though nobody is worried about me and
Right.
what I'm doing, because it's my body. They don't really care.
Right.
But if I see somebody pumping iron over here, he really
And
going
you
hard,
sitting there
and
just
I might be on my phone, and my mind is gonna be in, oh, you're here to work out. But most of those people that are in there, their mindset is, I don't know how to do this. I don't want to do. I don't know. I didn't have pre-workout. I didn't do because it's in the mind. It don't have nothing to do with you. You could literally be on the bike. You could be on the bike,
and
and
your
your
mind
mind can
somewhere
be,
else.
oh, what am I gonna eat after? Because now that I've worked out,
Right.
how it's in your mind,
Yeah, the
right?
mindset.
So I feel like the accountability is for self for sure
Yeah.
because I wake up every day. Now you know you need to work out, but you got other stuff you got to do. You can't be taking an hour off to go to the gym. And I love the fact that I've surrounded myself around more people that hold me accountable by the things that they do
That's good.
because you really absorb the things that people do,
That's
right?
good.
So I have a friend, her name is Ra Kalam, but she's an emotional intelligence coach, right? And so with her, she does something that's called sitting with yourself. She sits with herself for an hour with absolutely nothing going on. That is terrifying to me, right? Because sitting with your thoughts, no music, no
Oh
phone,
yeah,
no nothing.
that's too much.
She does that for an hour every day.
Wow.
But every day it challenges me because this is somebody I'm constantly hearing about it. Oh, I felt amazing. I felt that bliss with just an hour of nothing. Hearing that makes me, in my mind, I might not be able to do it right now, but every day I'm working towards, okay, can you sit with yourself for 10 minutes, right? How, now, what are you really thinking about? Now, write down your thoughts of
Yeah.
what's really going on in your mind? Because I realize I might be sitting down and thinking about, what if I get on the freeway and I get in a car accident? Why are you thinking about that
Why?
right now?
Yeah. Don't think about that.
But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you don't realize your thoughts until you actually listen to yourself. But imagine how holding yourself accountable is important because if you're telling yourself, look, bro, you got to get up, you got to go to the
Yeah.
gym, you got to do this, you have to start that business because if you don't start it today, you're never going to do it.
I have an exercise that I do with my students. I say I want you to set a goal,
Hmm.
and it could be a real, I want it to be a realistic goal. But the more important thing, is also I want you to set the punishment for yourself if you don't reach the goal.
That's good.
So you got the goal, and if you don't reach the goal, what is the accountability? Because that's accountability.
Yeah.
My goal, my goal was for to have this set up by Thursday evening. So we didn't leave here till what 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. It was finally set up, but I wanted to set. I don't want to linger it in and linger it in, and then I had another goal.
Hmm.
I wanted to start recording Saturday
Hmm.
because I wanted content to be kicked out.
Hmm.
I already had a goal of the people I wanted to start it off with. And then I also, in my mind, I had a punishment. And like my punishment was like I got about, less than 12 to 13 days for proximity.
Hmm.
So my thing is I need to have, 10 segments out before proximity because I wanted to promote not only the studio, but the people that's in the content and establish more partnerships like with you because you're a dope entrepreneur, which I want to get into real quick because you got a lot of stuff going on and I want to get some highlight reels here. You know what I'm saying? Because so first of all, what a lot of people might hear from you is the TikTok, right? So you killing on TikTok, but not only are you killing on TikTok, but now you're teaching people
Yeah.
about TikTok, and I'm big on that entrepreneurship and teaching people. I want to talk to you about that. How in TikTok? I mean, TikTok is only what 2 years, 3 years old.
Yeah. Well, it's been around longer than that, but we only known it since 2020 when everybody was locked in the house during the
Was
pandemic.
inside, and then
Yeah.
where did another Dallas, Texas check come from? Where was that born at?
That was born in the pandemic
Okay.
because I had moved back here. I moved back here from LA because so a part of my story is, and that's why I like that you say you set a goal because I was a person that I used to work a 9 to 5 job, and every day I would sit at my desk and I would watch YouTube videos on how to quit my job. I literally would type it into my computer
How
at
to
work,
quit
how
my
to quit
job?
my job,
Whoa.
because my mindset was I really wanted to learn how to quit my job and make guaranteed money after that because I was addicted to the paycheck.
What year was this?
This was in 2019.
Oh, this is impressive.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's how I came up on TED Talks is because I used to just listen to motivational videos to give me, this is while I'm at work, right? Now, when I used to have drinks with my friends, what we would do is once we get drunk or out of our mind, I would do vision boards. I would make all my friends do vision boards. And on my vision boards, I would write the craziest things. And to me, it would be just like, I want this house. I want this. I want that. I want to go to Jamaica. I want to do that. But I wrote one thing that ended up changing my whole life on that vision board. I wrote one thing, but I was watching these videos and I I would watch these videos at work. I was so miserable. I was making top sales. I literally was the top sales at this place, right? And one day I'm on my way to work and I got a call and she was like, "Hey." She's like, "I was just calling." She told me her name and I'm like, "Hey, like I know you. You're my supervisor. What's up?" On my way to work. She's like, "I was just calling to let you know this is just not working out." And I'm like, "What's not working out? You having a relationship problem? What are you talking about?" "Girl, I'm on my way to work. Quit playing. What is going on?" Right? And she was like, "We love you, but we just feel like we're in your way." This is exactly what she said. And I'm like, and that in my body was like, "Wait a minute,
The way
hold
you couldn't
up.
even get the word out,
What do
like,
you mean you in my way, girl? I'm on my way to work." Because in my mind, I already had checked out. I already quit. In my mind, I'm trying to figure out how to make more money outside of this place is bringing me a check because the checks was funding my hustle. So I was a hustler at heart, but I was so scared to detach. I had a boutique with a full-time job. How does that work? The boutique on the door said appointment only because I'm at work. Like you literally cannot, right? So um once I got fired, because I got fired over the phone, pretty much that's what
she helped
happened.
you out.
I went back home and I looked at that vision board and it said, "Go to LA, go network, your life depends on it."
It said
My
that?
words. My exact
Hold on,
words.
rewind. Why? Okay, let's go back because I'm interested now. Because what I do like about you also is I focus on people that are good in
Mm,
manifestations, and I understand. I see you when you talk,
mm,
and you look like me when I talk.
mm,
I remember when me and Unscripted was putting the studio together, he was looking at me like, I said, "Bro, do you understand? We're gonna change it up, da da da." And he
mm,
was looking at me like he didn't see it. It's like, okay.
yeah.
Matter of fact, I said it to Eb. She's like, "Oh no." She's like, "I don't see it." It sounded ridiculous.
Yeah.
But then boom, we got it popping.
Yeah.
Why did you write I need to go to LA when my life depends on it? What was you going through and thinking about that?
I was out of my own way because I like I said, I would have drinks and write it, and I would write whatever came to my mind. Now, I've been to Los Angeles before, but I've always wanted to go and pursue what it would even be like to act. What would it be like to be in LA and literally, if your life depended on it, and this is where you are, if you're thrown into the jungle of Los Angeles, what would you do? But would I have done that on my own? Would I have took a trip and working a job? How? How would I have been able to do that if I'm on somebody's schedule? Then I have a limit to when I can be in LA. I can only be there on Saturday and Sunday, and I have to be back on Monday. Nothing can happen during that time. And if it does, your opportunities are going to be limited because you got to get back to work, right? So when that happened, within 2 weeks, I called my brother and people like you saying, people was like, "You are not moving to LA." I knew one cousin out there and an aunt, and I
That's all you
texted her
needed.
and I told her, "Hey,
That's all you needed.
I'm gonna come to LA.
That's
I'm
all
just
you
gonna come
needed.
figure it out."
That one person.
I went out there, I visited, but how things were lining up is somebody scammed me when I was like 20 and put my name on a water company or something. The week after I got fired, I got a check for $2,000. This girl called me on Facebook. She called me and was like, "I got a check for you, and people are telling me to cash it, but you're such a good person. You do so much for people, and I don't know this house. I guess they put your name because you know what I'm saying? Like she literally was breaking it down to like, she literally did not know why she was calling me to tell me that. And I'm like, you don't even know what I'm going through. You don't even know what I'm going through. And picked up that check, went to LA. And when I got to LA, I just felt it. I was on the beach and I was just like, I'm going to move here. I'm going to move here. And I moved there with the family member when I first got there. And then I downloaded Backstage. While I was in LA, I was in LA for a year. I did Let's Make a Deal. I did the pilot. I Can See Your Voice on Fox. I didn't know no agent. I did the interviews for the ESPY Awards, Men's Suite. I met so many different people. I did a play in Hollywood called Heritage. All of this stuff would have never happened if I was working at that job. But it started with
Ooh.
me wanting to actually go to LA. My life
Man,
depends on it. Those words were so powerful to me
you know what?
because I wrote it.
I need to look at my notes because I know in my notes. I want to make sure I had some more stuff I want to ask you. But I do need you to say right now to anybody, and be careful with the word. But this is only her opinion because I run into this all the time.
Mm,
Somebody's at work right now.
mm,
Not one. They might be doing what you did and YouTube and how do I quit? You know what I'm
mm.
saying? How important is it to them in this lifetime at this moment right now to I don't know what would you say? They're wanting to leave.
Mm.
Would you say do the Mark McGuire and who's coming with me? Like what would you tell that person right now?
I would say, and I'll get back to how another Dallas, Texas check was birthed because that's where I was going. And I will say that from watching those videos on how to quit my job and I start watching TED Talks, I actually got fired. So that holding on to the guaranteed money to me, that was a fallacy because it's the same. You have the same exact bills that you holding on to right now. If I quit, I still got to pay my rent. I still got a kid. I still got this. When they tap you on your shoulder and let you know they don't need you no more, you still got the same bills. You
Dang.
still got to figure it out. But what's still going to be there is another job. What's not going to be there is your passion. What's not going to be there is what you really were supposed to be doing, because you can always try it, and if it don't work you can go back to a job. You gonna always be able to get a job. Now it's easier than ever to get a job.
So you
DoorDash,
would tell them to leave.
Uber. I would tell you to go with, you feel it in your, the burning feeling in your stomach when you go to work and you know every people can walk in the door
Mm.
and say, "Good morning, I brought collages," and you be like, "Oh, shut up. Like, I just don't understand." That is because you're not where you're supposed to be. So I would tell you, and you can blame me if you want, but I promise you, you will feel 100% better to say, "You know what? I said I was gonna make candles. I tried to make candles. I don't know how. It didn't work. I spent all my money. I went broke. And then I went back to a job because me having a business didn't work."
At least
Or
you can say that.
you
Yes.
can say that you did it. And now when you know what? The thing about entrepreneurship is, because you tried it and you tried to do it, now you can teach somebody else what you learned and how you did it. You can sell an ebook on how to make candles because you went through the process to find out how to do it. Now, did it work for you? Was it successful? That don't even matter, because somebody's out there looking for, well, girl, where you buy the jars from? And they'll pay you for that information. So I feel like you're doing yourself a disservice by being there, because long story short, those same videos I was watching how to quit my job and I found TED Talk. I just did a TED Talk. And they reach out
Mm.
to me because in an interview they seen me say that I used to watch TED Talks on how to quit my job and now I don't have a job. They reached out to me for that. So it's kind of like now I'm able to do the same thing that somebody was doing for me. So why would you do yourself? Because if I was still at that job right now, none of the stuff that another Dallas, Texas check, my advertising business, me acting, none of that would happen. And 2 years later,
That's
I would
fire.
be in the same exact spot, sitting at that job, complaining about how I didn't like it. While this company is making millions of dollars and I'm getting what, a couple thousand?
Hold up. Pause right there. We're gonna come back to another Dallas Texas check. My sister
Get it
Luscious
right now.
Barbie, man. Let me get it right. I got to get the tea on how this thing started off. You gotta stay tuned. Let's go. What up, guys? Man, Dream with Dream Motivates University. Here's what you get with your tuition. Number one, you're going to get an awesome Letterman jacket, t-shirt, and wristband. Let's deep dive. We're going to get discounts on all events and courses, a list of Zoom masterclasses with skilled instructors, access to our amazing book club. We're also going to give you discounts to all marketing materials brought to you by Dream Media Agency. And last but not least, discounts on all our merch. I can't wait. I'll see you on the other side. DMU, Dream Motivates University. Let's get it. Welcome back to the Entrepreneur Blueprint with my sister, Miss Luscious Barbie, with It's Another Dallas, Texas check. We right here. And listen, we're going to get to go back to see exactly how this started. Now, she gave somebody before we got here some great advice. I hope you caught that. If you're in the midst of, working somewhere and You need to go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. I think you should take her advice because she absolutely took her own advice, and she's out here living her best life, man. And by the way, your shoe game is always fire.
You
I
know,
mean, like
Anthony Wang
unscripted.
on
Can
the
we get
feet.
these like shout out to?
Anthony Wang on
You
the
know what I'm
feet. You
saying?
know what
Yeah,
I'm
let's
saying?
go,
A little
Lush. Let's
some,
go. Got the
little some slight, little
little
slight
slight.
flex.
But I want to go back to you because you know you're doing your own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Another Dallas, Texas check. Let's go back because you went to LA.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you have to come back because of the pandemic?
I chose to come back because of the pandemic because I didn't know what the pandemic was, and I came back for 7 days.
You know who I was with the day that the world shut down?
Oh,
Darkskin.
really?
Me
Shout
and
out to
Dark.
Dark Skin the
Shout
Plug.
out to Darkskin the Plug in World Star Hip Hop. Me and Dark. Ironically, the very first time me and Dark rolled out together was on the day where where you could see Mark Cuban going crazy because they shut down the NBA.
Mm.
So me and Dark was out, and I was driving his car. I don't even know how we got to this point, but we just riding around.
Right, Dark. You never let me drive your car.
Dark, yeah. So we was and the
I'm
only reason I don't
jealous.
drive with Dark because you know how Dark drive. Like
Yeah.
you know what he do.
Never follow him. He will leave you.
Yeah. And so we're out and we're like, he was like, bro, let's go to the keg or some steakhouse, some crazy steakhouse. And all right, cool. We roll up to the steakhouse. And when I tell you there was nobody there. So we're out. We're just talking. We're not knowing that the world, they're like, yo, is people about to turn to zombies or we don't know what
Yeah.
was the world going on. So we went to another spot. It was nobody there. We went to another. We went to like four. We starving right now. We finally found a spot that was open, and everybody was looking at us like, "Yeah, we're about to close."
Yeah, we're out of here.
And we was like, "Bro, what's going on?" So we start getting on social media, and we just start seeing all the.
Yeah.
We was like, "Yo, pandemic goes down." You felt like you said, "You know what? I got to come back to Dallas."
Well, when I was in LA and where I was when the pandemic happened is March 16th, I was supposed to do Heritage to play for the second time um, in Hollywood. And my mom had just flew into LA. We did like the shuttle buses. And we went like in Hollywood Hills and it was raining, it was crazy. But then the next day was on the 16th. That's when the play was supposed to be. So I was at the mall and like you said, the mall just started clearing out. We were eating in the food court. We just didn't know what was going on. They didn't make an announcement or nothing. And it was just kind of like I think we got a call, and my niece was supposed to do the explosive dance in Atlanta, and that got canceled. And we're just getting calls of everything getting canceled. And then I got a call from the people at the play, and she was like, "Well, she couldn't get from New York to LA, and she was like, we might have to cancel the play, do it virtual." So I'm like, "What is going on?" And then by this time, I was living like in North Hollywood, and my mom flew back, so luckily she got to fly back. But when she got back, she was like, the experience in the airport and just what's on the news.
Oh wow,
Because
yeah.
I don't watch the news, so it's like, what's on the news? You might want to get back to Dallas for a little bit.
I'm gonna tell you this. So 2019, that's when I got certified with Dr. Eric Thomas, ET the Hip Hop Preacher. I would get. I'm flying all over the place because he was doing the 1% conference, and I'm flying. This is 2019.
Mhm.
I remember saying to myself, why are all these every time I get on a plane that it's for no reason I've been seeing that some Chinese people they always have masks on.
Mhm.
I'm like, well, why you got on mask? Like every time I go, and this was 2019.
Yeah.
So I started looking into it when it was popping
Yeah.
hard in 2019 over there,
Yeah.
and then it got its way over to here, and then stuff started shutting down. So at that second, are you saying that's what you say? You know what? I
Yeah,
gotta
when
move
my
back to
mom was
Dallas.
like, it's a pandemic, I didn't know what it was. And then she was watching the news and she was hyping it up like, everything's shutting down. The world's going, you're going to be stuck in LA. And I was at the time, like, I was living with people that I was roommating and I knew them, but I didn't know them like that. So I'm kind of like, you might want to, because production is closed. So
Yeah,
now,
you can't do nothing no way.
so my job out there was working background, working audience. I worked the whole season of Love and Hip Hop season 6. I was in there like a few times in the same episode, so watch that. But
Shout out. Let's go.
every episode you would see me in a different hairstyle. But
There
anyway,
you go.
in the
There you
background.
go.
But so that was a job. That's how you made money. And with production being closed, like what am I gonna do? Be in LA with just what am I gonna do here? Right? Like that was the whole plan of me being here and eventually be a amazing TV star. So I didn't have a plan B. There was no absolute plan
Dang.
B in LA.
So on that flight back to Dallas, you said?
No,
Okay.
because I literally wanted to be around people that I know. If the world, if there's zombies, what like
Let's go to the house with it. I feel you.
if there's zombies, I'd rather be around
Yeah,
my
let's go to the
mom,
house with the
people
zombies.
that will actually fight for me. I don't want to
Gotcha.
be around people, you know. So when I got back, I was kind of bummed out once I got back because I was just like, dang, like
We're in
it's
like,
like a dream. Like,
yo, me and Dark every day. This is God. Shout out to Dark, man. Call me, bro. Me and Dark every night.
Dark, where are you?
Yeah, no,
Because you
Dark,
stay calling Dream, but I ain't talked to you in about.
bruh gonna be
We
on.
ain't
He
even
gonna be
going.
on the Entrepreneur Blueprint. He gonna come in. Matter of fact, we get both, all
Dark,
three
if
of
you,
us.
I'm gonna tell you this: if
All
you
three of us
come
gonna
on the
be on there.
Entrepreneur Blueprint, and I've been asking you since 2018 to be on Let's Talk Dallas.
So hold on. Me and bro was playing Monopoly. This is how bored we was. Yo, we was doing stuff like during the pandemic, man. It was special. But me and bro every night would play Monopoly on the app.
Mm.
I mean, this is like what were you doing?
Yeah, but I mean, Dark will do that. It doesn't
I
matter. It
guess
doesn't
so,
have
yeah.
to be a pandemic.
Yeah,
Like,
it's true.
it doesn't have to be a pandemic. But I will say that when I came back, I literally was trying to figure out what am I going to do? Like, what am I going to do? Like in the house,
I definitely had that question.
I'm a people person. I can't be in the
I
house.
was like,
I
yo,
can't
this is not good.
be in the
I was
house.
talking to Michael Sean. Michael Sean said, "Yo, it was the worst time in his life
Yeah, it was. It
because he
was.
was, dealing with what he
Yeah,
deals with and being locked in and being can't go out, can't touch people, can't talk to people, and dealing with it just was not good."
I got on. My nieces were doing TikToks, and I was just like, "What is this? Like, what is this TikTok? What is this dance?
This is
What is
where it came
all of
from.
this?" And they, my very first video, which is still up on my page, Sweet Life of Luscious, go all the way to the bottom. My first video is them teaching me the renegade dance, and I sucked at it very horribly. I do not know how to do the renegade dance to this day, but that was the first video that I posted. So then the next day, this is like the pandemic was still going on, but you know, people had to go. And so I went to Sweet Georgia Brown and I did a video at Sweet Georgia Brown because now rewind 2017, I had internet radio show Let's Talk Dallas. 2016, 2017. Let's Talk Dallas is literally what Another Dallas Texas Check is. I was interviewing artists, interviewing entrepreneurs, chefs. They were bringing food on my show. I was doing live reviews. So I've been doing this since 2017, but when I was doing Let's Talk Dallas and I was doing it paying for a studio and Facebook Live and doing all of this, putting so much into it, I would get 6 likes, 6 views, a share. Nobody really cared about that. People would, well, if you would interview all the artists and find out the beef and all this, then you would get views. And I'm like, that's just not who I am. I don't
Right,
care.
right.
I really do not care who you beefing with, who trying to. I don't care. I want to know behind the grind. That was my segment. What got you to this point? Did you start this kitchen selling food stamps? I mean, did you have food stamps? Did Big Mama start selling the plates for you and you caught on
Right,
to the recipe?
right.
Let me know, because there's somebody sitting on that couch that do not know what to do or how to get to it. So you telling your glamorous story, it does nothing for anybody. It's a braggadocious thing, right? And it's like when I tell about myself, it's never to brag or to make somebody feel like, oh, I got this, I got these followers, I'm doing this. It's literally letting them know. Luscious Barbie, the name Luscious Barbie came from when I was selling hair and lingerie, because I wanted to set an example. Barbie is something that little girls have always looked up to, but
Yeah,
when it comes to the creator of Barbie and all, none of that matters. It was just a figure of something that we this is what gets noticed. If we look like Barbie, me growing up, Barbie had a Malibu, she had a convertible car,
yeah.
and the only job that I ever played with Barbie was at McDonald's. But I was using the drop top car to drive through the McDonald's. And then when Black Barbie came out, it was a craze because it was like, oh my God, I'm gonna put Barbie on my cake. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. So I wanted to be the example of a plus size girl, somebody that I represent other people. I can be a mogul. You don't have to just do one thing. You can do multiple things because people will tell you you need to do one thing, stay in one lane. You
Yeah.
got no, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you because that's contradicting to well, 7 streams of income to make a million. If you want to be a millionaire, yes, you can blow up overnight like Super Sin and all these other people with makeup, or you can do 15 different things and add up those checks, and eventually you'll make 5,000 a month. Then you'll make 10,000 a month. Then now you're at 15, 30. When you start looking at how much you're making a month based off of these different incomes, now you see, okay, shoot, I can do it. And it doesn't mean also that because you're an entrepreneur, you don't have to pick up a job that gives you a check. You can partner with people. You can always do that because that does not change. And I hate the mentality of people
Yeah.
when we say, and I think that's important of when we say, hey, quit your job, or hey, get fired from your job, or whatever, so that you can tap into that energy. Because once you do that, now you got it. And it's hard for you to, because now I can say, okay, with this stepping stone of what I've done, I use my platform. So I told you I started 2017. I did Let's Talk Dallas. So when I did that interview, well, I did the video at Sweet Georgia Brown, and I was just, it was simple. It was quick. It was, I walked in, y'all, if y'all barbecue place don't look like this, I don't want it. If it don't
Right.
have potholes in the parking lot, I'm not going. If the back of the building don't have grease stains, I don't want that barbecue. I showed the barbecue and that video went so viral.
So that's what I was about to ask you. Was that the video
That
that
was the very first Another Dallas Texas check.
was that the one that popped you out? What was the one that's
That
like,
was the very first one. And at the very first one, it went viral overnight.
wow.
So I went from a video that didn't have no kind of views. Now I would do like little, cheddars, because we had everything to go. So I would do like the DoorDash stuff. I would, kind of just, oh, okay, DeSoto Texas check, or I would do this. But when I actually created the brand is because with Let's Talk Dallas, I had to really sit down and figure out how can I bring me to TikTok, because I don't know this world. My nieces, they're teenagers. I don't know what this is. So I'm talking about food. I love food. I got a lot of food experience, if you can't tell. But when I branded it, because I would do a lot of videos like Dallas, Texas, y'all, you gotta go to Cheddar's because these honey butter croissants, baby, yes, So when I would bring myself and my personality to it, I start seeing how people reacted.
Wow.
Versus when I used to do radio, I would be like, okay, now I got all these questions.
Right.
Where did you start? What you
Right.
think? That's not me.
Yeah.
Right. So when I took all of that away and I really started just being myself, the internet reacted to, oh shit, she said potholes in the parking lot, baby, I'm going. And then I realized that. And so that was the first video that kind of took Another Dallas, Texas check through the roof. And then after that, I tried something else because I said, well, you know what? I need to see what works for me on TikTok. So I did a video on how to take an adult bath. That's the one that really took off. The one that
How to take an adult bath.
yes, so I did a video, and
I used to see how Ebony's looking right now.
yeah, because matter of fact, I want to play it on this so you can hear it.
How to take an adult
Yeah,
bath.
and it was something that just came to my mind. I don't really know what made me just, and it was kind of one of them things. I just wanted to take a bath, but I wanted people to know how to take a bath. It was just
Shut up.
a silly. That's why I be telling people don't think so much into doing something for.
Just do it. Just be.
do
Yeah, no, that's a
something.
beautiful thing. Just to go out. So would you say that today, because you're teaching TikTok, right? You're teaching TikTok while you're pulling out the video. You're teaching TikTok. Would you say that if you would have the formula, for does TikTok now, in your opinion, have a certain formula to go after, or is it kind of like depending on the personality
It
of the
still
person?
has to be what you're passionate about, because if it's TikTok is the only formula is consistency.
Yeah.
That is the
Boom.
formula, because
Boom. Bar right
it's
there.
it's not the time that you post. It's not none of that, because I could post something right now and it might hit 1 million views. I could post something 5 minutes from now and hit 100, because it's just about how consistent, what is the market of people that I'm targeting. And also it's something that if people are used to seeing certain things on my page, they come to my page for that,
To
right?
go hard on TikTok, how consistent is consistent? 3 times a day, 5 times a day, 8 times a
See,
day.
when it comes to that, when I teach it, I teach you how to operate it. I teach you what will realistically what will work best for you. But as far as how many times, there shouldn't be a limit. Whenever you feel like posting,
Just
post.
post.
Because if you get in your head, I gotta post 3 times a day, you're gonna get so it's gonna become a job.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna not want to do it. Once it becomes a job, it's no longer fun. Versus, oh, I want to do a video about this. Oh, I'm about to bake something. Oh, I'm about to play with my kid. Oh, I want to post my dog. Oh, I want to do. Now you're building up because TikTok is just an algorithm. It's just a computer. It doesn't really care about what you're posting. It just sees, oh dang, Drink posted something again, and somebody
Right.
shared it, and somebody
Right.
liked it, and somebody
Right.
shared it again. Oh man, we should show this to 1,000 more people. Oh wow, now 1,000 people have shared it. We should show this to 2,000
Let me
people.
ask you this: for people probably asking on TikTok, are you posting? Are you going? What's your formula? Do you go? Do you start? Do you do the post at TikTok, then take the TikTok and share it to Insta, or do you go Insta then go to TikTok, or do you gotta? What's your? I post
I
everything at one time.
literally post on TikTok, and if it's something that it's depending on the brand, because most what a lot of people now, so starting off, I would post on TikTok solely on TikTok because Instagram. I mean, I'm mainly on TikTok. I don't have
Yeah.
a reason to get off of it
Okay.
and go to Instagram. But now that my TikTok is my advertising business, so now it's different because then I will post certain things on TikTok and Instagram because I want more people. So when I look at my numbers, my hashtag is at 9 million views. But if I look at, okay, how many people are is my Instagram page? How many accounts do I touch? Now, if I collectively put that together,
Mm-hmm.
now I might be reaching, I might be reaching over 12 million if I do it together. So it just depends on what makes sense. But some content I want to keep exclusive for TikTok because people on TikTok don't know anything else that I do. They literally, and I love it that way. I don't promote myself on TikTok. I keep it so natural because you're going to do what you want to do based on I'm your favorite TikToker. I don't want to ruin it for you and you thinking, oh well, she just want me to see this. Oh,
Yeah.
she do
Because
advertising
they're basically seeing you in your organic state.
because they see it and they love it because of what they're seeing and what they love, not because I'm putting it in your face and saying, well, I need you to go like this because this business is paying me.
Yeah.
You don't even need to know what
Got you.
my financial state is. I
Got you.
really want everybody to not know anything that I'm doing. TikTok does not even know I'm a comedian until I post a voiceover or like when I did the boat party and people was like, wait a minute, what you mean you're doing comedy?
Yeah.
I'm a comedian.
And I want to go over a couple of things you're doing. I know you was pulling up that video.
Mm-hmm. It's right here. I'm gonna let you listen to it. Hold
You
on.
got it.
I know a lot of y'all young. I never. See, when you try to see, it's like, come on.
Oh, this is,
What? Okay, hold on, y'all, cause.
but you got so many while you pulling it up. You got a couple of things I want to talk about. Shout out to. Are you still doing the shuttle bus?
Yes. So another Dallas, Texas check, which is a tour bus. Gives you tours of Dallas, Texas. I'm your tour guide, and you get to go to different restaurants and try the food with me. So you get samples. I coordinated the last tour we did. We went to Big T, got some pizza. I got to show you about
Got the
Big
Big T
T.
pizza. Yeah.
I went to a couple different daiquiri places. So you really get to experience Dallas, especially for people that's not from here.
And we don't. I haven't seen nobody do that in Dallas.
Well, now, once you start something.
Okay, so people are doing it now. There we go.
People literally, if you post it, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Trust me, by mark my words, by 2023, there will be 4 entrepreneur universities. There will be people that's saying that they've been doing it. They started it.
Yeah.
It will be somebody out here named Dream, and he smiles in every video. It will be when you're doing something that is consistent. That's the only thing. That's the thing that I love, but I also hate. People will do it. And
so you found it.
Yeah. Let me show you.
I want to hear this video because I want to see if this is the one that got you viral.
Now,
maybe
this video
y'all need to go do a video with your product.
A lot of y'all young, so you might not know what's about to go down, but it's all right. I'm gonna learn you something. If you grown or got a job, low battery, great. You already know. Ooh, add a little bit of that. Yeah, a lot of that. Add a little bit of that. A lot of that too. Get your favorite body wash. Put it right here by the tub. Get you a towel so you can wash your legs. Grab your speaker so you can play them slow jams. Get you a candle going. Yeah. Add you some bubbles. Go ahead. If you over 21, go ahead. Pull up. Yeah.
Go ahead, pull up.
All of that. Ooh. A little bit more. Stella Rosa Black. Turn them jets on. Turn them lights off. Get naked. Take it easy. So with that video,
wow.
and we were in the pandemic, with that video hit like, I think in like 2 days, it hit like maybe 300,000.
What?
And then other people start doing it using my sound. That's the first time that people start using my sound. And this other girl did it, and her video hit 2 million in like 3 days, but it was under my sound. So everybody that was redoing the video, it was boosting
because you're the original sound.
Yes. And then that video ended up on the news for Self-Care Sunday in Michigan. It was crazy. It was a bath. Listen, guys, is this camera on me?
That's you. That's you right there.
Is this camera on me? Listen, guys, a bathtub video. Literally, a bathtub video took me so viral that it allowed, okay, now I could have took it and been doing bath videos. I could have been buying all kind of shower gels, and I could have took a whole business model into that. But I went back to, now I'm going to do another video, another Dallas, Texas check. Y'all, I'm here. I'm doing this. I'm eating this, because Let's Talk Dallas is the original. That is what it is. The video of the bathtub was just something fun for me. Then after that, I did a video with my dog, and he went to the groomer, and they made him bald. And it wasn't funny to me, but I had to put it on video because y'all took off all my dog. Whose dog is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was doing different videos of just different things. It was all over. And then, but the ones that I seen that kept getting the views, and then what I also seen is, this is how it tied into what I do now, is because during the pandemic of them opening back up and kind of capacity, doing those videos and hearing back from the owners on how I'm reviving their business by doing this. Like, literally, nobody was coming because they didn't know we were open, and you came and did a video, and now TikTok. People know we're open, and they're telling me they seen it on TikTok, and we don't have a TikTok.
Wow.
And every video I say, let them know Luscious sent you. I would do that purposely
so
because
they can see that it's working.
They don't know who Luscious is.
Wow.
So when people come in, Luscious sent me, Luscious sent me, Luscious sent me, and then I come in, hey, I'm Luscious. Oh my God.
You're Luscious.
Oh my God.
Food free.
It was businesses that would find my number.
Wow.
And they would just Apple Pay me money.
Wow.
Because that's how much I bless that business.
Your gift will make room for you.
So then I was like, this is a business.
Yeah. It's advertising. It's marketing. It's everything. Let me ask you this. So you got the shuttle, because I want to give you all your trophies, man, right now. Because as far as the entrepreneurship, look like you got a couple of streams. You got the shuttle tour. Also, you're in some movies right now currently, which is dope. And then you got the versus battle.
So I got a movie dropping in December 1st on Tubi, the Drop Spot. Shout out to All Black Films and Drop Spot crew. Got that coming. I am filming right now Mojo Savage. That I'm also filming Sunday Fun. Well, I just got done filming Sunday Fun Day. That's what Half Pint, Ronnie, Papa Ron is in it. Pretty much all of the Dallas goats are in that movie too. Fashion Emergency E-Network. Whenever y'all want to drop my episode, feel free.
Yeah,
okay, because I'm waiting on it. Yeah. So I just did that. Then I just created a new show, me and Chef Jared. So we're doing Chef Versus. So that show is, I'm doing a chef competition show. I'm hosting it, and I'm having amazing chefs taking them out of their box and also including a mystery box. So I'm going to put them up against each other, and I'm doing my first filming for my birthday party.
Shout out. I heard you bringing, y'all going to like cook a whole gator. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. I like the fact that you are, you having these thoughts. This is what I love about entrepreneurship. It's like a blank canvas, and you could just start painting.
Yeah.
You know, so you thought about this show. You thought about it.
Put it on my vision board.
You did.
Put these thoughts on. It's on my vision board a year ago. Actually, another Dallas, Texas check was on my vision board, but it was not another Dallas, Texas check. When I did my vision board in LA, I did one on the beach because I love the water. I have to be at water. I don't know why, but I did a vision board
Me
out
too.
there,
Is that a Libra thing?
and it said, "Let's talk about it." The show. I wanted to do a food show simply about tacos, like
Wow.
literally. Now, I will tell you this: how vision boards work is I put that on there, and then when I moved back to Dallas after the pandemic, I end up doing a review for this place called Nubia's, another Dallas, Texas check for Nubia's, and on the wall that was painted when you walked in was "Let's talk about it." Swear.
Wow.
I wrote that on my vision board thinking that that was going to be a show. It's not all the time when you manifest is it going to come exactly how you think it is. Because I would have never wrote another Dallas, Texas check. And also, to be honest, Let's Talk Dallas, I wasn't even worried about it no more. I'm like, nobody want to, ain't nobody watching these interviews. You can go on YouTube right now and you can type in Let's Talk Dallas, Luscious Barbie. I'm doing the same thing I'm doing now. I tried it. I've done it. Visual interviews. I've interviewed so many different people. Nobody cared. Right? Nobody cared. Now the same exact thing. Thousands and thousands of people are like, "You should do this." I've done that, but that was not on my mind anymore.
Gotcha.
So on the vision board, how things come full circle, and I see it like, dang. When I looked at Let's Talk About It, I literally almost broke down because I'm like, I wrote that on my vision board.
Wow.
Sometimes I write my vision board. I like the fact that you put punishments to it because I might start implementing that in vision boards of like if it doesn't happen. But
Boom.
I
Yeah.
started writing dates, and then I hide vision boards too. Like I'll hide them from myself, or I'll leave them at my mama's house, or just where I don't go back and look at them. So then I can go back 6 months later and be like, wow. You
Yep.
say you wanted your own this. You say you wanted a company and you did an advertising company. Okay, well, you say you wanted 100,000 followers. That didn't happen, but your hashtag is at 9 million. You wasn't even thinking about your hashtag. You was thinking about the followers, but the hashtag is what keeps carrying. You know what I'm saying? Like that is
The
calculating literally.
hashtag. Power in the
My
hashtag.
hashtag, another Dallas, Texas check is at
Million.
9.9 million
Ooh,
views.
that's a
And
lot.
all of these videos are mine.
Wow.
So it calculates
Congratulations
that.
on that.
Thank you.
Shout out to you on that.
And other people will use it, but it's
I
still.
know I'm going to forget. I
Yeah.
don't want to forget.
Don't
Shout out
forget.
to Ricky Booker.
Yes, of course.
In the Kitchen with the Breakfast Brothers. You also co-hosting on that. That's a
Yes.
good look. And we get to see you every other Monday on that. And I'm glad.
CW33 and Freedom 43. And shout out to Ricky Booker because I love the fact that I was able to start the same way that I do with everybody else in the city as far as promoting and bringing business, but for somebody else to include me in their vision, that's so dope.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
even on everything else, on being able to be a part of the team, being able to be a part of human resources, being able to connect so many dots.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie, like, and I'm actually glad he said it the other day.
Mm.
I don't know if he was fussing or was he doing
Probably.
one of his speeches
Yeah.
yesterday. But I remember when he first came in and doing the show, and the show was I know production like bro, the way this is going on is not gonna be good. And he didn't understand, but after the first 2 or 3 shows, he's like, Dream, what do I need to do? And then that's when I took over. But I said to him, I said, bro, you need to let Luscious do that. If Luscious handle that, she got the person that can remember me and you would walk around and do that whole little deal. I said, bro, she got it. He didn't,
Yeah, he told me he didn't see that then, right?
I seen her out the top. I said,
didn't
yep,
see
she got
that then.
she got that juice. Let's go.
But I love that it makes sense that he didn't see that then because connecting the dots with your vision, it makes it so much more because then being able to see that, okay, this makes sense now. Now let me see what else I can create with this person, right? Because I'm the same way. If I don't see something, it's like you can tell me all day long. People tell me all day long, you should do negative reviews.
But you don't lead into it.
Because that doesn't make sense for me.
It don't work. Listen, I want to say before we get out of here that I'm super proud of you, of everything you're doing, everything you got rocking. I want most definitely let the people know how they can get in contact with you before we get out of here. Let's get it.
Definitely on TikTok, Sweet Life of Luscious, Instagram, Sweet Life of Luscious. You can Google Another Dallas Texas Check. I'm gonna come up www.anotherdallastexascheck.com. Another Dallas Texas Check is an advertising and consulting company, so reach out to me for that, as well as if you are looking to market or blow up your business, I can definitely help you with that. But follow me everywhere on every platform. Just stop following me in the store because y'all getting real weird with that.
With that being said, shout out to my sister, man, Luscious Barbie. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Of
It's another
course.
Dallas Texas Chat. My girl doing TED Talks and everything. Let's keep it cracking. Entrepreneur Blueprint. Let's get it.